Clermont Main Street is part of the National Main Street America program, which is a program that started in the 1980s. And we are also part of the Florida Main Street program, which is run out of the Florida Department of State in Tallahassee. We are one of about 40 Main Street communities in the state of Florida. And what Main Street is, it's a way of addressing downtown revitalization in a community, and it also looks at engaging the community, not just in the downtown, but also in the greater city area. And with that, we have a board of directors that is representative of the community at large. So it's not just downtown businesses anymore.
All in favor?
My wife calls me a serial entrepreneur. I have assembled a few hospitality businesses in downtown. My role on the board is really to just bring some insight and expertise in hospitality specifically. I think the Main Street organization is the perfect thing, or in the perfect timing for downtown Clermont. And I think collectively it's a great team, and they're very excited, very optimistic about the future of Clermont and all the things that we have on the drawing board.
So I started as the president of the Downtown Partnership back in 2020. We have so many wonderful business owners, but myself as a business owner, I know how busy it can be trying to do so many things by yourself or just with your small business. And so we are fortunate to have Barbara brought on as the executive director. She was brought on because all of us as volunteers, it was getting a bit much for us to handle all the things that all the ideas that we had to do. To have the backing of Main Street and the hard work of Barbara and the other board members is going to be amazing for these downtown business owners.
Tomorrow's the walk and talk. If anyone is interested in going to that, we're going to head out downtown and check out all the buildings.
I'll be there.
Awesome. Thank you, Regina. Regina Cruz Morales is someone I just met this year through Clermont Main Street. She is very connected in the community. She also was willing to be part of our organization, and she jumped right in. So she's been a great asset as well. Well, this is really the first, we're calling it a walk and talk that we're doing downtown. This is our design committee of Clermont Main Street, and we're pulling together in folks from the Clermont Historical Society and other interested people who are maybe not from here but want to learn more about the history. So today we were joined by Mr. Dennis Bronson, who grew up here. So he was able to give us kind of a first-hand tour of what some of these buildings were in the past, how they were used, and some of those stories. And what we want to do is really kind of get a better understanding of the resources that we have here, so that we can do a number of things with them, really, with the Main Street program, whether that's with some historic preservation type of initiatives. It could be bringing the history into events that we're doing. It can be, walking tours, historical markers, those sorts of things. So really, this is a really all good information. I'm going to also use it for some grants and things like that. So again, we'll be doing more of these, but this was a great first step for us for that.
This was 1954.
Thank you. Awesome.
Clermont Hotel right
Yes.
here.
If you notice right here is 1954.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Wow, that is, so there were more than one hotel.
There was, I think,
At
5 in
least.
Clermont at one
Oh,
time.
wow.
Yeah, I was born and raised here in Clermont. My father was raised here. My grandfather was raised here, and my great-great-grandfather was raised here. Our family goes all the way back to 1842. And we've been in Lake County since the early 1900s. And as far as the tour today, it was, try to tell people about the downtown area and what was used for and this and that. And then it became a motel.
Okay.
And then it was finally tore down. The Citizen Bank was built here.
Okay.
And then from the Citizen Bank, it became the library, and of course after that it was tore down in the city center.
Okay. Yeah, this has been a very key part of town for a very long time, it sounds like.
To me, it's very, very important for people to know the history of a town. And because, our town, we were big in citrus, tomato business, and this and that, and it needs to be told to people. And, and having museums and this and that, for people to learn things. I'm hoping it will help out the people. And I know we're having more tours of it, and talk more about the town, and maybe everything will come out great. In downtown, they had meters. You had when you parked, you had parking meters. Yeah.
We just learned they had parking meters down here.
Really?
Don't give the city any ideas.
I know.
Coming up on Downtown Clermont's Making Main Street.
We're just about to start phase 3 of our downtown streetscape reconstruction project.
Shop local farm fresh produce at the Clermont Farmers Market every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in historic downtown Clermont. Stay for live music, shop our downtown stores, and grab breakfast or lunch from one of our many food vendors. Don't forget, our summer hours begin June 5th. Our hours will be 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. through Labor Day weekend. Visit us every Sunday for the Farmers Market in historic downtown Clermont.
We are now in the beginning of the phase 3, the city's phase 3 for their streetscape project, and that is going to take Montrose Street, which is really our main street, and take it and create a festival street.
We're just about to start phase 3 of our downtown streetscape reconstruction project. Both phase 1 and phase 2 have been completed, and you can see evidence of that on Osceola Street as well as Mineola. So as a part of phase 3, similar to phase 1 and phase 2, we're going to be refreshing and upsizing all the underground utilities. So water will be upsized, stormwater will be upsized, and the purpose of increasing the size and the volume of what can pass through is to support future development in the downtown area, as well as refreshing and upsizing the infrastructure. As similar in phase 1 and phase 2, we are going to be resurfacing Montrose Street and sections of 7th Street with brick pavers and creating a more flush curb appearance and providing fresh landscaping.
So I've been the village manager here for about 7 years. Clermont Historical Society was formerly the South Lake Historical Society, and they've been around since like the 90s. And their dream was to start a village, or just at least like some sort of way to like preserve like city's history. So I think it's important to have the historic village for people to know about the city in which they're living, to know some of its history and how it started, and especially for the children to be able to come down here and learn more about the history of the city, and for them to be in tune with the people that were here before them. And as far as like having it downtown, it's really nice because it can, it draws people in, and there's a lot of things for people to do. They can go shopping, they can go eat somewhere, they can come and learn about the history, they can walk on the trail. There's like a whole lot of, different choices and things for people to do. The dedication today was wonderful. We had a lot of, representatives from the chamber and the city and just the community and the board members and just people interested in history, and we had a nice turnout, a nice all-around combination of people that were here. So we're happy with that and that they were able to see it. So the chapel is designed after a church that was built in the early 1800s, and it's in the Clermont Gem of the Hills book if if anybody wants to look at that. It looks, at first we were thinking like, with the measurements and stuff that it was going to be kind of small, but now that it's finished, you walk in there and it looks a little bit bigger than we thought it was going to look, and with the stained glass window and with the cedar wood that they used and everything, it's beautiful. And then the pews are 100-year-old pews that they were able to like secure. So everything, it has like a nice feel, and it's got like a really nice, it's pretty, it's rustic. There's no air conditioning in it because we had to keep, like the old time feel like some of the houses, but overall it's beautiful.
Preserving our heritage is very important here for Clermont and South Lake County. It helps provide quality of life for our residents, and it also provides a destination for people throughout the region. It's a beautiful historic structure that really fits well into the village and provides a great attraction for people to come and enjoy this community.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Clermont Historic Village. Donors provided donations that covered the entire cost of this improvement. We are very pleased with the outcome. Ownership of the chapel will be transferred to the city of Clermont, and as with the other buildings in the village, we will maintain the interior, and the city will be responsible for the exterior and grounds.
We thank everyone so much. And the idea of this chapel, while it will be wonderful for weddings and reunions and all sorts of things, my idea was a place of peace, of grace. In this world that we're all living in with cars and horns and traffic and cell phones and computers and all the craziness of our life, I'm hoping that someone will come here and feel peace and feel grace, regardless of their religion. Regardless, all are welcome. And I'm so thankful, and I'm so sad that people like Larry aren't with us, Tony. People that had ideas and worked and did all sorts of things. Too many have passed. Too many. But Jim and I decided that regardless of our age, we would live to do this. Thank you for coming.
This village is your legacy. Kids for generations and generations will remember Clermont because of you. It is my honor today, on behalf of the mayor and city council, to accept this on behalf of the city, to say it's in good hands and we will take care of it. And our goal is to partner with you, partner in the future, so that we can preserve the past. Thank you so much for this invitation to be here. I am so excited about this. I've had the chance to go in and look at it, and it's just amazing what you folks have accomplished. Thank you.
One, two, three.
Coming up on Downtown Clermont's Making Main Street.
Jim, am I going to be able to get all these backhoes away so I can start putting food trucks here again?
Well, that's a mighty big ask, Maritza.
Bring your family and friends downtown the first Friday of every month for live music and food at Clermont Main Street's First Friday Food Trucks. With a dozen trucks to choose from, there's sure to be something for everyone. Beer and wine are also available for purchase from downtown shops including Bacchus Vino, etc., Clermont Brewing Company, Sud's Saloon, Clermont Mini Bar, and Sun Creek Brewery. Food trucks and live entertainment change monthly, so visit ClermontDowntown.com for more details. Join us for First Friday Food Trucks from 5:30 to 9 p.m. in historic downtown Clermont.
So here we are at the site of the beginning of Streetscape Phase 3 in downtown Clermont. What you see under construction right now is the first segment of a number of different segments. Here in the first segment of this reconstruction, we're laying new stormwater pipe, new water main, as well as putting in conduits for additional street lighting. At this point, that's the work that's going on today. Next step would be to bring back the concrete sidewalks and curbs, and then eventually to pave the street with brick pavers. All this work is scheduled to be completed in this first segment by July 29th.
Jim, am I going to be able to get all these backhoes away so I can start putting food trucks here again?
Well, that's a mighty big ask, Maritza. I know food trucks are your priority, and the good news is this should all be completed and reopened July 29th. And then don't forget, then we're going to come back for Section 2, which will be right here in front of City Hall, but that intersection remains open.
Awesome. So most of the shops and restaurants are located in downtown Clermont and especially on Montrose Street. As we move along, we are working closely with business owners and event organizers to be able to redo event footprints so that we get the most amount of people with the least amount of problems with the construction. Parking downtown, as in any downtown, can always be a little challenging. However, we've mapped out certain public parking lots that you can check out on our website.
The third phase is going to be the most painful of all of the redevelopment, because as we move down Montrose Street, which is our main street, that is where the bulk of all of our businesses are. So when they start tearing that up and that street gets shut down, it will create some challenges for us to be able to get around to access these merchants, either from deliveries or pedestrian traffic or in parking as well.
When you come downtown, you can see that the fact that we're reconstructing the street in sections limits the amount of disruption that's going to occur up and down Montrose Street, which is really, part of the heart of our downtown Clermont scene. All of the public parking lots will remain open through all the various sections of construction, and this just gives all the customers and the businesses the opportunity to continue to be open and continue to provide the services that they do.
So yes, we have a couple events that happen more frequently, so monthly or weekly. The farmers market, the wine strolls, and the food truck events. And then we have bigger events that happen. We have 3 of them a year that close down a much larger section of the street. And that street is Montrose Street. And that street is being worked on for the next year at least.
Hi, I'm Keith Mullins at Bacchus Vino, etc., downtown Clermont. I'm serving as treasurer as Clermont Main Street these days. Clermont went through a visioning session and came up with a master plan for downtown several years ago, and has involved a lot of infrastructure, streets, sidewalks, and plumbing. But it's the merchants, the old Clermont Downtown Partnership, who's been doing the events to build traffic and customers for the merchants. And that right now is morphing into a Clermont Main Street program, which has to do with historical preservation and grants and involving more community in the downtown than just the local merchants. Montrose Street is the last piece of the project. It's been coming for years. As merchants, most of us have sort of been planning for it, how we're going to handle our customers during that. And it moves down the street a small section at a time, so the stores can always be open. The customers just may have to walk 20 or 30 yards to get to the doors. So it's interesting to see, the hole is coming, and when will the hole be in front of your store? During construction, all the stores will be open. There will be plenty of signage. You may be inconvenienced. You may have to park in a different parking lot. Just know that we'll be here, and we just tell everybody maintain flexibility, because it's a minor inconvenience for the good of what's coming down the road. There's so many new stores popping up all the time. The energy is growing, and some people are afraid that it's construction, but if you look at the construction, it's from curb to curb and maybe 150 feet long. So it's not a major project. It's all fenced off. There's no danger to it at all. They're very, very careful. Everything's closed in. It's safe for the workers and it's safe for the shoppers.
As you can see behind me, construction is almost completed with the first section of Streetscape Phase 3. Once that is complete, they're coming back to begin Section 2, which will occur just to the east of the intersection of 7th Street and Montrose, generally in front of City Hall. That should be closed, and reconstruction should occur for about 30 days.
Next time on Downtown Clermont's Making Main Street.
Hey guys, I'm so glad to see us wrap this up. On to the next section, guys. Woo!